Working with a grant from the U.S. Housing and Urban Development Department, Los Angeles Valley College Job Training and Junior Achievement have joined forces to provide an innovative money management program exclusively for adults. Finance Park, unique to financial education, designed to help individuals maintain and manage a household budget, is a well-established program that builds a foundation for participants to make lifelong, personal financial decisions through hands-on training. Using real-world lessons, participants enjoy a classroom course which teaches adult learners practical tools in the areas of personal financial plans, borrowing basics, savings and investments, home ownership, and even entrepreneurial skills. The course culminates with a visit to Finance Park, the Disneyland of financial education, where class members participate in a real-world financial educational experience via a hands-on life situation for a day in this experimental learning complex. Here, participants test the skills they have learned in the classroom in this simulated setting, purchasing the necessities of life such as cars, homes, and insurance from various businesses on the limited budget given to them.
What I learned in the course is applicable to everything that I've done. And as I look back on my life, I've had the opportunity to go through a lot of schooling, but I was never exposed to this type of education, which I can use every day and which has even helped my marriage. And so I'm a big supporter of the financial literacy program through job training and think it will benefit people in the San Fernando Valley in years to come.
I liked everything about the course, but one of the great things about it, if you go to pay for a course like that, a lot of money. I mean, people pay a lot of money for courses like that. I didn't have to pay anything for it. It was great education. I learned a lot of good stuff and stuff I'm using in my everyday life now. And I think Sheldon Berg is a fabulous teacher.
In the simulation that everyone goes through, you actually figure out your net monthly income based on your gross annual salary. And from that, you go to all of these shops that you see in Finance Park. And you will go in and put in your ID card. The computer will recognize you. It'll give you options. For an example, you go to the car dealership, which in this case is Toyota. The computer will spit out like 6 different choices of automobiles that you can purchase. It gives you a monthly range. You have to choose which one that you want. Then you go down to State Farm Insurance and you get your insurance for the automobile. And you're going to find out the options are going to vary based on what kind of car you buy. Then you go buy a house, you go to Sempra and you get your utilities, you go to Southern California Edison, and so on until your complete family budget is in place. Then you have to balance that budget. And then once you balance, then you have to go back and pay your bills online.
Coming into the class, I really didn't know what to expect. I knew that I could use some additional information on how to handle my budget and get more control of my money, but this class actually blew me away. It was presented very well. The teacher, Sheldon, was fantastic. He presented the material in a way so that everyone could understand it, took his time and answered every question everybody had. And as time went along, when I would go out shopping or buying even essentials, I would always think, what would Sheldon say if I were about to buy something? So he really helped me become more financially aware. And also, just the Financial Park itself is great. It gives you a practical feeling to go through all of the banks and the storefront businesses to find out what it really feels like to be out there doing it.
The class taught me a lot about finances. At the beginning I didn't know what the class will be all about it, but then I started learning about FICO. I learned about how to read my credit card statement. They teach me about FDIC insurance, and the teacher especially showed me that a small step that I take about my finances in the long run will produce big results.
Tonight was a great night. It was a culmination of the first class that we actually held for the financial literacy course, and coming here to Financial Park through Junior Achievement was was the ultimate final act to take the principles and the concepts that we talked about in the classroom and bring them to an actual practical application. The students who did that found it to be interesting, fascinating. It drew on many of the things that we talked about in class, the principles and the concepts. And so I think the Junior Achievement Financial Park here is extraordinary. It's a great opportunity for people to put into play the things that we've learned. And for those people who haven't taken a course like this, it's a great starting point to understand what is it that you have to do in order to set up a budget. They realize where their weaknesses may be and ultimately decide to take a course like the one we've just finished.
Los Angeles Valley College Job Training and Junior Achievement's Finance Park, a winning combination that gives adults the financial skills to create their very own successful future.